Okay. Now we know Qadr, Allah's Qadr comes in 4 forms. I want to just make a couple comments on that. And I don't know how well you understood what I was actually reading. And I was at that Ramadan session. I was at that meeting in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Atlanta Masjid. And so now this leads me to believe that we should always not just go for the surface meaning or go for the obvious meaning. And if Allah is eternal, absolute, and infinite, his knowledge is infinite, we're going to deal with the four parts of the Qadr in a few minutes. Then there are deeper meanings. Allah may speak about one thing on one level, and there may be 100 other things that can be referenced based on other levels of development. Because again, remember, there's going to be, this Quran is the book. As long as man is on the face of the earth and studying religion, he'll be able to find things in that Quran that will relate to him in his time or his level of development, evolved consciousness, you see. So his teacher said, you know, we're going to have to start giving the people better explanations. Now, what I think he meant by that is that, you know, we you know, at a certain time when you are at a certain age of your age and level of development, then certain things, certain explanations will do. Just like you tell your kid, you know, where do babies come from? You know, you may tell a baby something, a little kid something that'll just make him stop asking that question, really, or to satisfy his mind debate based on his understanding. You see, so as the human being evolves in his consciousness, I believe Imam Muhammad's teacher was saying that we have to start giving them better explanations. In other words, you know, because that ayat and that Laylat al-Qadr, that particular verse there, could be talking about the revelation of the Quran, but that word does not reference revelation. That word says sent down, and we'll deal with that a little bit. And I'm not refuting Islamic current wisdom and expression, but I did what it was suggested. Start thinking about it and start looking at it. And when you look at it a little, it could be talking about that also, the revelation. But that specific reference and the word that was used, the word that's used is sent down. It doesn't say revelation. You know, so what I'm going to do, and when we deal with the Qadr, we're gonna get a little clearer on that. So the word Qadr in Islam means fate or predestination. You know, we have that's the 6th article of fate, right? The belief in the Qadr, or they call it predestination. The belief in Qadr means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed upon everything, including what happens to us. Believing in Qadr are basically according to 4 things below. 1, knowledge. It means that Allah knows what had been, will be, has never been, and the cause of every single event in this universe. We also believe that Allah knows what we do, have done, or will do. Allah knows his creations, choices, and actions in this world. Do you not know that Allah knows what, this is the Quran, Surah Al-Hajj 70. Do you not know that Allah knows what is in the heavens and the earth? Indeed, that is in a record. Indeed, that for Allah is easy. Okay. So it's in a record. So looking at it from that perspective, if Allah had everything written down already in a record, even before he created us, then we could easily say that could be referencing also the Quran. Okay. Okay. Not just the Quran, but everything. Everything. Now you got to put your thinking cap on when you know, because this is pretty and I like to have a discussion about this after I make the presentation, because this kind of understanding, like Imam Muhammad's teacher, and he was an Arabic teacher. He taught Imam Muhammad Arabic. He was an Arab from Jordan, and he says, you know, that what everybody's saying about that particular expression in the ayat, that's not what it's actually saying. They inferred, there's an inference that it was the Quran that came down, because the word that's used is sent down. But Allah sent down, when he sent down the angel and his ruh, we know that, and qadda is a word that means to create. It has all of the creative powers in it, qadda. Because Allah creates a thing, but before he creates it, okay, let's look at it like this. An architect designs a building, and everything that building has in it, its function, is in that design. Follow me now. So before he built the building, before he commissioned the building to be built, well, I'm in contracting, so the contractor has to get either with the owner, and they get with the architect, and they design the building. Before anything is done, any ground is broken, they design the building. So the architect designed it along with the owner and the contractor. So they all know, but the architect and the engineer, etc., and the contractor knows the function of that building before its construction. Okay, so don't you think Allah is way beyond that in capacity? You see, Allah, when he created the whole creation, he designed it. And within it, I believe when he designed it, he designed everything, because it's in a writing, right? Laylat al-Mahfuz, the book. Everything is in what you gonna do, what you did, what you thinking about, all that's in the book already. So don't you think the Quran was within that design? Allah don't just, and look, Allah don't just have to wait. He said, do something 50,000 years, or he designed it, and he has to wait a billion years before the next stage takes form, and he adds something else to it. No, Allah, when he said be, he put his will, his spirit, his ruh out. That was it. Allah had did everything he needed to do. He didn't need any more. He didn't have to come at it again. After a billion years has passed and the Big Bang came about and the earth is forming, and the earth is cooling off and all of that. No, he had everything. He knew this particular moment that we're experiencing now. All of that was in the design of the qadr of Allah. So the writing, right? That's the first one. Writing. Or knowledge. Okay, we're gonna go to the second. Okay, writing. Writing is the second. Knowledge is the first. And all of this is contained in Qadr, right? Okay, writing. It's about a belief that Allah has written everything in al-Layl al-Mahfuz, even before the creation, including our fate or destiny. The Messenger of Allah said in the following hadith, Allah recorded the measurements of all matters pertaining to creation 50,000 years before he created the heavens and the earth, the semi-watu al-ardi. This was narrated by Muslim. This is Surah 54, 49 through 50. Indeed, we created everything according to a measure. To measure means to, you know what the measure means, how long a thing is going to be, how wide its dimensions, its function, everything. And our command is but one, like the twinkling of an eye. He only made one command. That's the power of Allah. So you think Allah just sitting back, waiting on you to do something, or mess up so he can punish you or reward you? All of that was in one command. Will. It means that only Allah possesses the will to determine if any action will happen or not. That any kind of event in this world only happened if he wanted to or with his permission. This is Surah Ashura 68. And indeed, your Lord, he is the exalted in might, the merciful. And 27, this is Allah keeps firm those who believe with the firm word in worldly life and in the hereafter. And Allah sends astray the wrongdoers, and Allah does what he wills. This is in Surah Ibrahim 27. And creation, the last one, the fourth one. It means that Allah is the creator that not only creates our form and existence, but also creates our destiny. Remember now, we're talking about the night of Qadr, the night of power. This is what that word means. And this is what he already gives us a life to live, and it will depend on us what lives we will choose. As mentioned in the following verse, Allah is the creator of all things, and he is over all things disposer of affairs. Now, what does that disposer of affairs? That means he has he has control over your whole life, your future, your everything. I'm saying this to say that the revelation is not in there. Now, when they say the same word, anzalnahu, he revealed it. That's not, it could be used, but I think that word, according to Imam Muhammad's teacher, it's not really saying revealed. It's not really saying the Quran. It's saying he sent down. Now, what he sent down, we don't know. He said, but according to him, he's saying he created the creation. He set the creation from his will. He set the creation down from his will. And within the creation, the revelation was in the creation itself. Okay? The revelation is in the creation itself. So again, now before I get, I didn't want to deal with this part of it until I gave you that foundation from Imam Muhammad and his teacher. Now we can go into Laylat al-Qadr. So that broadens your perspective, right? Your perspective is broadened as a result of not just saying it's the Quran was revealed on that night. No, that we don't know what that night is. that night is better than 1,000 months. It could be the whole universal time span. Okay, so now let me give you this now. The night of power, also known as the night of decree, and in Arabic, known famously as Laylat Al-Qadr, is a significant night during the month of Ramadan for Muslims all over the world. For it was on this blessed night that the Quran was revealed over 1,400 years ago as a guiding light and mercy. Now this is true, we accept this. But there's another definition, there's another meaning that goes deeper than that. Allah don't have to wait for one night to reveal the Quran. You don't have to wait till Prophet Muhammad is in Arabia and meditating in a cave to send the Quran down. He set the Quran down in the very creation of creation itself. Okay? Qadr defined. He measured or decreed the thing, computed or determined its quantity, measure, size, bulk, proportion, extent, amount. I read that. So now I can give you the rest of the night of Qadr. In English, it's the night of decree, night of power, night of value, night of destiny, night of measure. In Islamic belief, this is an Islamic belief, it's the night when the Quran was first sent down from the heavens to the world. That's what we're taught. That's what we're taught. But Allah, according to Imam Muhammad and his teacher, Allah, when he created the creation, he sent everything down at once.